Hi, welcome everyone to another session of Human Manual. There are manuals for every machine in this world except the most powerful machine, and that is the human machine. The most beautiful machine is our human machine. Let's take a little peek into that machine today. Let's take a peek and see how the human machine works. Time is the biggest healer. How many of us really know what time does? How many of us really know time has its own qualities, time has its own values? There are miracles that are stored within the time that we do not even give a chance for it to unfold. We all take time for granted. We wake up in the morning, just slide through the day, go to our offices, go to our work, go to our different errands. All of us have different errands that we do. And we just take life as though it's a routine. It's like a machine. All of us get up and do the same thing over and over and over again every day. And we have never sat back to realize and understand exactly what time is doing to us. Time is an element that needs to be mixed together with your mind. We need to understand. You need to give time that space that it requires for it to have an effect on your life. Every time a doctor prescribes us a medicine, what do? A doctor gives us a whole bunch of pills. Let's say you'll get a little bottle and it'll have like 50 pills in it. And the doctor's going to take one after your meals in the morning, another after your meals in the afternoon, and next before you go to bed. But you got to take that, doctor will clearly tell you, but you got to take that for 30 days, or you got to take that for 20 days, for 10 days, right? There's always a period of time that you have to take that medicine. That medicine does not work overnight with just taking that one pill. You just can't pop a pill and expect it to have miracles and expect it to work. If you give time to a doctor, why can't you give time to your own self? Everything requires time to heal. What factor time plays in our healing process? So let's give time the importance that it needs, the importance that it requires. Let's understand exactly how important is time in your life. Let's go back and think about some of the most embarrassing times in our life. Some of the most embarrassing moments in our life. We've all had many embarrassing moments, right? Do you remember the time when you were with all your friends, with your classmates, when you were the butt of a joke among all your friends? How embarrassed you felt? I remember clearly when I first went to America for a job, and when I met with my co-workers, they had taken me to a bar, and we were sitting in this bar. And you know how people are, no matter where you are, you always want to make the newcomer crack some jokes at their expense. I was the butt of their joke. Not once, but many times. I remember very clearly how terrible I felt, how down I felt, how low I felt. But what healed it? What happened? I went back home that evening and tried to find some solution. Overnight, I figured, I could reverse that feeling, reverse that butt of the joke, reverse that depressing moment of my life. I thought, let me see. I was trying to delete that completely from my life and go back to my life before that incident. I tried to find many. I kept questioning my mind. We all have done that. We've all experienced that. We've all gone through that in our life. It happened not just when you're an adult. It starts from when you're a child, when you're in school. The first thing people love to do is, we all want to laugh, right? We all want to laugh at somebody else's expense. We all want to make a joke, and we all don't realize that one day we may be the butt of that joke. When you try to fight it, when you try to delete it, when you try to go back and try to act like as though it never happened, it's not going to happen. What we do not realize when we're young is only time can heal that pain. Only time can cure. See, time has a value that many of us do not realize. What happens when you get hurt? You go out and play sports and you hurt your knee, it starts bleeding. How does that wound heal himself? The only thing it requires time. That wound develops into a scar. That scar develops into tissue. It covers the skin where you might have hurt yourself. And God has basically given time, that healing touch for every pain, for every accident. In order to get right results, you need to give it the space, you need to give it the time. We've had many embarrassing moments in our life. Remember the time when you went to the bathroom and you forgot to zip your pants? You came out with an open zipper. Remember the time when you went to a party when there was a dress code and you did not follow the dress code? You were the only one odd left out. Remember the time when you tried to be, for the first time when you were on stage and tried to make a statement? You know how frightening, what a scary moment public speaking was that time? We all have many, many, many embarrassing moments that we can all relate to. And it is only time that cures those moments. It's only time that heals it. Everything requires time. Each and everything you have, no matter what you can think of, no matter what you can conceive. If you have to prepare for an exam, you need to give time to study. Before you make any decision, what do you need to do? You need time to consider every angle of what the decision that you're trying to make. Even if you have to go on a vacation, if you're trying to take a break, if you need to unwind, if you have a severe headache and you want to unwind, that headache just doesn't disappear overnight. What you need to do is give it time. Before you make any decision in life, if you just give moments, even when we talk with some people, what you need to do is listen and try to understand what the other person is trying to say. Give it a brief time. The length of time directly correlates to the decision or the job that you're trying to do, the decision you're trying to make. Time is nothing but a medicine which needs to be almost consumed. You cannot, what needs to be done is, it's not a physical thing. It's not like a tablet which you can take. If you want to build a house, it just doesn't come up, right? You just can't take something and just say, my house is here. What you need to do is give it time. You give time to the contractors, you need to give time to the architects, you need time to the construction workers. Over a period of time, the house will be built. If you want to cook a dish, you just cannot just throw things together and it's not like you got a ready-made dish. What you need to do is heat it at the right temperature, put all the ingredients together, and then when you've done everything, finally the most important thing you need to do is give it time for it to cook. Everything requires time. The decisions that you make, we are constantly evolving, judging every situation, and we are deciding. Before you decide to do anything, you need to look at every angle, you need to consider, and you need to give it proper time. I was having a disagreement with one of my business partners. He was trying to threaten me with certain things that he was going to do. And I needed to understand, I needed to study, I needed to look at every angle of what he can do, what he cannot do, what is the worst case scenario, what is the best case scenario, how long will it take for something to react. I immediately did not make a decision as soon as that happened. I clearly told myself, listen, this thing has happened, I need to give myself time. And I said, I'm going to give it 3 months for that thing to improve. I need to correct that situation. And I figured in my mind it'll take me about 3 months for the thing to set right. So when you give yourself a space, and always give yourself a longer space than you think it could possibly take to resolve, in your mind, have accepted the fact that correcting any situation is going to take X amount of time, then your mind automatically understands the situation better. Then your mind automatically goes into all the nuances of the situation, goes into all the positives and negatives, everything that can happen wrong, everything that can happen right, and then come to a right decision. Let's go back and remember some of the major instances that have happened in our life, right? We've had world wars, we had World War I, we've had World War II, we've had 9/11, we had 26/11, we had all these terrorism attacks, we had tsunamis. So do they have the same effect on you today as they did when they happened? We thought it's almost the end of the world. When 9/11 happened, we thought, that's it, now the world is going to get destroyed, America is going to go back and start bombing all these terrorist countries. All of us built a very dark picture on that moment. And what happened today? The same event has very little effect on us. Let's say, for example, one of your close friends had an accident today. Just remember, whatever you're feeling for your friend today, the pain, the hurt, all the suffering are going through, just imagining and feeling sorry for the incident. Remember, a month from now, it's not going to be the same. A year from now, it's not going to be the same. 5 years from now, it'll probably almost disappear from my memory. Over a period of time, every wound that you are suffering or that you are going to suffer, only time is going to heal. If you lose a loved one today, if you lose someone in your family, the pain, the anguish, you may think that's the end of the world. You may think, wow, what am I going to do? How am I going to live life from here on? What's going to happen to me? Oh my God, how can I do without this person? This person was my companion. This person was someone that I depended on. I always expect to live life, my full life with this person. This person is no longer there. It's going to be impossible. You're going to get all kinds of weird thoughts in your mind. Just remember, whatever you're feeling today, what you're going to feel over a period of time is going to be completely different. God is going to have His own miracle ways of fixing things up. But you need to give time for settle down. Time is the only medicine that can cure all the ills in this world. Everything requires time to heal. Just like the wound, even the suffering, the pain, the hatred, the displeasure, everything requires time. We've all heard and read about the Big Bang, right? Our Mother Earth. How was Mother Earth born? What was it when it was first born? It was nothing but a ball of fire. When Earth was separated, when it came into existence, for millions of years, it took for Earth to cool down, to settle down. So what was that? That was time. Some things could take millions of years, like the Earth, and there's certain things, it could take hours, days, weeks. For everything, there is different amount of time it requires. Remember, it is not just the sad moments that time takes to heal, but even all your best moments in your life, even all the pleasures, all the great moments of your life are time bound. They're not going to remain forever. Remember the exciting party that you went to? Remember the great time you were dancing? Remember how high you felt? We all remember moments in our life when we are seventh heaven. Those moments are not going to last forever. Even those are time bound. That feeling, that great feeling that you had, you passed your exams today. You got a job today. You got your job today, right? You see how excited you feel when you get your job today, right? Do you feel the same excitement? Does the same excitement continue over a period of time? No. That excitement diminishes. You passed your exams. You were on top of the world. You feel elevated. You feel, wow, what a great feeling. You feel that's the end of the world. And then over a period of time, the value of that particular incident reduces. You won a lottery today. You made $1 million lottery and you feel that's it, I don't have to work another day in my life. I'm all set for life. What happens over a period of time? Even that, the feeling of winning that lottery diminishes. We need to understand and be grounded and accept the fact that everything in life has a time factor. Understand the time factor and know this too shall pass. Always remember, we all are one of the passing phases. Even our birth, even our existence today in this world is time bound. We are all going to spend the time God has brought us into this world. We are all going to be passing through different stages of our life, and everything has its limits. We do not like to read yesterday's news. What happens? We read the news today, we look at the headlines. Those headlines which you read today, what happens to those same headlines a week from now? They're different headlines. You do not like to go back and read those same newspapers. Every day in your life is brand new. There's a new time that's going to come into our life. Every moment is new. Every day is new. Every day when you wake up, there's going to be a whole new day, a whole new existence. Bygones are bygones. What is past is past. We need to give time for the hurt to heal. Everything requires time. That anger, that anguish, that hatred, that, when countries fight wars with each other, what happens? Over a period of time, haven't you seen even the countries that have fought major wars with each other become friends? What has changed between the two is only time. Over a period of time, someone that you hate today, you may not hate tomorrow. Someone that you went to war with today, you will not go to war tomorrow. Circumstances change. Everything in the world changes. Time changes everything. When you look back at the time when you were the butt of the joke, when you were with your school friends and they made fun of you, over a period of time, now that you look back, you may laugh at it, right? You may laugh at it. My goodness, what the hell happened to me? Why the hell was that? What's wrong with you? Why couldn't I have just said, big deal, So today, it's easy for you to say that. But at the time when you were the butt of the joke, you wish you had not reacted that way, right? When I look back on it today, it has a different meaning altogether than what it did to me at that moment. Sometimes your heart needs time to accept what your mind already knows. To heal a wound, you need to stop touching it. Someday, you're not going to remember this pain, which you thought is going to last forever and ever and ever. Just give time for that pain to heal, for that hurt, for that damage to repair. There is no wound that does not heal with time. Every pain disappears with time. It's all time bound. Whatever, if you are feeling down today, remember, it is time bound. It will not last forever. So what do we learn today? We learned that we're not going to be irrational. We're not going to go crazy. We're not going to drive ourselves nuts. We are going to consider time as medicine. We are going to let time heal us. We're going to let time show its magic. We've all heard about patience, right? What does every guru, every scripture, Bible, every religious book, what do your parents, what do your teachers, everyone, what is the magic word that we all use? The magic word is patience. What is patience? Patience is nothing but letting time heal. Things unravel. Let time unravel and let time change the things that are meant to change. Give everything time. Give God the time that He needs to improve your life. Remember, to every situation that you face in life, respond. Don't overreact. Be patient. Thank you all for coming, spending the time with us. Let's look back. There are many interesting subjects that I'm going to talk about. I look forward to seeing you again in one of my next videos. God bless you. Goodbye. Just as you go to the gym to improve your physical health, the idea of making these videos is to better the health of your mind. Our endeavor is to bring you better quality videos. So please give us your suggestion. When you wish others well, nature wishes you well. So please share this video. Subscribe to get notified about new videos.